Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Welcome to another video. Today we're going to be doing section 3 lesson 5, which is section 3 is all about tajweed, and today we're going to be going over rules related to Meem Sakin. So let's get into it. On the agenda today, we're going to do a review of the previous lesson, which was iltiqa as-sakinain. Then we're going to I'm going to ask you to do your warm-ups as usual. Exercise your body to ready to recite the Quran. Then we're going to memorize our letter collections as usual. Then we're going to go into the meat of today's presentation, which is rules related to Meem Sakin or Ahkam Meem Sakin, and I'm going to close with some exercises that I'm going to assign to you that you can do on your own in order to get better. So let's get into it. First, as a review, last time we spoke about was iltiqa as-sakinain and the concept of noon qutni. And the rule that we mentioned was that if two sakin letters cannot meet between two words, and when a word ends in tanween and the word that immediately follows it has a hamzatul wasl, and the letter following the hamzatul wasl is either a sakin or mushaddad letter, then what happens if we continue reciting is that we need to drop the hamzatul wasl, and the noon sakin of the tanween, if you remember, tanween is actually a noon sakin at the end, tan tin tun, if you remember those variations. The noon sakin of the tanween acquires a noon kasra and joins the sakin letter of the next word. So if we stop, we do not add this noon kasra. Sometimes this noon kasra is written in some scripts of the Quran, and that noon kasra is known as noon qutni. In the Uthmani script, or the way that I'm teaching you, you're not going to learn it with the noon qutni, but I give you a bunch of examples. So I did an examples video as well as a sample video in which I went over what the script looks like in the Uthmani script and what it looks like in the Majidi script. In the Majidi script you find the noon qutni, but it's actually better to remember this rule and do it with the Uthmani script, because you may not continue, or you may not be able to stop at that letter, and if that's the case, because it might change the meaning, so it's actually better for you to learn it the Uthmani script. So these were some samples. On the third column I have the word written in the Uthmani script. On the fourth column I have the word written in the Majidi script, and you can recite them as follows. And the first column is the surah name and number, and the second column is the ayah where you can find this. If you want, you can look it up in your Quran. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم خيرا الوصية يومئذ الحق جميعا الذي قوما الله مثلا القوم. So these were 5 examples of iltiqa as-sakinain, where the fathatan and the kasratan, and in the previous examples video there's a lot of examples that I went over. And basically the noon sakin of the tanween acquires a noon kasra, and you join it with either the mushaddad letter of the next word or the sakin letter of the next word. And these are examples. If you want, you can watch the previous video for the details of this. And as usual, I'm going to ask you to pause the video now and do the warm-ups. I will place a link to the warm-ups in the video, and you can go and search the channel for warm-ups, and please do the warm-ups. Please do not skip. Okay, on to letter collections. We are going to be memorizing the throat, lip, tafkhim, idgham, mad, and qalqala letters. So let's get into it. First, the throat letters are the same as the letters of Izhar, and there are 6 such letters. Izhar being letters of Izhar of Ahkam, noon sakin, and tanween. Ahkam, noon sakin, and tanween, which were hamza, ha, ain, ha, ghain, kha. Then we have the 4 lip letters whose primary articulation point is lip, or the lips. and those are fa, waw, ba, and meem. Next we have the tafkhim letters, those letters that are always pronounced heavy, as if you have a mouthful of food or as if you were an opera singer, all heavy letters. And those are sad, dad, ta, va, ghain, kha, and qaf. So those are the 7 tafkhim letters. Idghaam letters are those that are in Ahkam and Noon Sakina wa Tanween, the rules related to Noon Sakin and Tanween. These are the letters that relate to the Idghaam rule, which is the merging rule. And those are Yarmaloon, Ya, Ra, Meem, Lam, Waw, and Noon. And then we have the mud letters, and those are the letters that cause elongation. And the 3 mud letters are Alif, Waw, and Ya. And finally we have the qalqala letters, and the qalqala letters are 5, and you can remember them by Jad Qutub or Qutub Jad, Qaf, Ta, Ba, Jim, Dal, and these are the letters that when they have a sukoon on them, you have to bounce the sound a little bit. You can watch the qalqala video in my channel if you want, as a refresher. So those were your letter collections. The reason I go over them over and over is because you should memorize them and keep them in the back of your mind. These are letter collections that you should have memorized. On to today's video. We're going to go over Ahkam Meem Sakin. And Ahkam Meem Sakin are not very complicated. They're actually very simple. Which is basically when the letter Meem, whenever the letter Meem has a sukoon on it, the letter immediately following determines how the meem will be pronounced. And there are 3 such rules: Izhar shafawi, Ikhfa shafawi, and Idghaam shafawi. Lipular showing, lipular hiding, and lipular combining, if you will. So let's get into each of those rules in turn. First is Idghaam shafawi, which is merging with the lips. And this only applies to when the Meem Sakin or the letter Meem has a sukoon on it, and it only applies to one letter, which is why it's so easy to remember, which means that whenever the Meem Sakin is followed by another Meem, then you merge the two while holding the Meem sound a little bit. And this is part of your warm-ups video, warm-ups number 15. That's why I asked you at the beginning of the videos to do the warm-up. You merge the sound and you hold the Meem sound a little, and you can see see this in action in or you can see this in practice in your warm-ups video. So this letter Idghaam, or this rule Idghaam shafawi, only applies when Meem Sakin is immediately followed by another Meem, and you have to hold the Meem sound hold the Meem sound a little bit, and this is related to warm-up number 15. Next is Ikfa shafawi, which is hiding with the lips, and it only applies to the letter Ba, only applies to a single letter, which is also very easy to remember. And whenever Meem Sakin is followed by a Ba, you hide the Meem sound while holding the Meem sound holding the Meem sound a little bit. Again, warm-up number 15 will help you do this. So very simple. And basically Idghaam shafawi and Izhar, Ikhfa shafawi, are very close to each other. Holding the Meem sound a little bit is what's required in both those rules, and I will go over those examples in just a bit. And the final rule is Izhar shafawi, which is to express with the lips, and it applies to every other letter except Meem and Ba. Right? Whenever Meem Sakin is followed by any letter other than the Meem or the Ba, you show the Meem sound. You clearly express it, and you don't hide or merge the sound. And this is Izhar shafawi, or expressing the sound with the lips. And the only 2 letters that this rule does not apply to are Meem and Ba, because those apply to the previous 2 rules. So first row we have examples of Izhar shafawi, The second row, we have examples of Idghaam Shafui, and third we have Ikfa Shafui. Third row we have Ikfa Shafui. So first I'm going to pronounce these row by row, and then you can hear how I am clearly pronouncing the first row, how I am hiding the sound of the Meem in the second and third row, and then I'm going to pronounce it column by column, and then you can listen how I am in the first row. In the first I pronounce the Meem clearly, and the other two I'm hiding. So I'm going to go first row by row, and then I'm going to go column by column. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. And you guys should be advanced enough that you shouldn't need to spell any of this out. You can pause and spell it out if you get stuck, but you should be advanced enough now that you should not need to spell any of this. إنهم لصالوا ألم نجعل هم فيه أنهم مبعوثون قلوبهم ما ربهم من ترميهم بحجارة كنتم به فإذا هم بالساهرة. Now I'm going to go column by column. إنهم لصالوا. This is Izhar. I am clearly showing the Meem. أنهم مبعوثون. This is Idghaam. I'm merging these two Meems, and I'm holding the sound in my nose, or sorry, in my mouth a little bit. I'm holding the sound a little bit. ترميهم بحجارة. This is Ikhfa, and because this Meem Sakin is immediately followed by a Ba, you will notice that the Meem is missing the sukoon on it. There is no sukoon, and it's the same case as Idghaam and Ikhfa. The Meem is missing the sukoon on it. So if you see a Meem sitting there without a sukoon on it, then it's an indication, and basically this is your simplest indication. If you see a Meem with a sukoon on it, then it's Izhar, and you need to pronounce it clearly. If you see a Meem without the sukoon on it, then just remember that you need to hold the Meem into your nose a little bit. Whether the following letter is Meem, which will merge the two sounds, or whether the following letters is Ba, which will change the sound, which will hide the sound. Basically, you have to hold the Meem a little bit. ألم نجعل. Notice how I pronounce the Meem clearly. قلوبهم ما. Notice I merged the sound and I held it in my mouth a little bit. كنتم به. And now the final column. هم فيه ربهم من فإذا هم بالساهرة. I hope that's clear. On to your exercises. I want you to find someone in your local masjid who knows these rules, specifically Ahkam, Meem Sakin, and I want you to recite at least 2 pages to them and ask them to focus on the rules related to Meem Sakin. That means I want you to ask them to make sure that you're pronouncing the Meem Sakin correctly, and whenever the Meem Sakin rule occurs, I want you to tell them to stop and point out the Meem Sakin and ask which rule is this? Is this Ikfa shafawi, Izhar shafawi, or Idghaam shafawi, so forth and so on. You will find a self-test attached, and this is an exercise supplement that you can try reading all the words without spelling, and within the self-test, which is going to contain a lot of examples of these, don't use spelling. Use spelling only if you get stuck, but as part of your self-test, you will be expected to perform this reading of the Meem Sakin words that are within the attached self-test. You will be expected to perform them without having to spell it out. Only use spelling if you get stuck. Don't use spelling otherwise. And especially on the self-test, you won't be allowed to spell it. You will be required to perform it without spelling. In conclusion, we learned Ahkam Meem Sakin today. And the next few videos will be exercises which are going to contain, I believe, which is going to be my Qaida Nuraniya final video, and I'm going to continue with the spelling of Surah Al-Kahf. And then I will follow up with the larger Iltiqa as-Sakinain rule. Because remember, just a second ago, we only talked about one exceptional case of Iltiqa as-Sakinain, which is when the noon or in the tanween becomes a noon kasra. But maybe that will be the next, I haven't decided yet, but that will probably be my next one after the Qaida Nuraniya final video. Jazakallah khair for watching. If you, I would ask you to help me spread this knowledge by liking the video, commenting on it, subscribing to the channel, and sharing this video with other people. Jazakallah khair for watching. I will see you next time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.